I'm Rory, I play guitar.
I'm Chris, I play bass guitar.
So when the band first started, like, what did you expect to achieve?
Well, when we first started, we just did it for fun. We didn't really expect to achieve anything. I think just playing a few gigs maybe, and yeah, just kind of grew quite naturally. So.
Yeah, you kind of always say it as a bit of a hobby that got extremely out of hand. But yeah.
So like looking back on like all that's happened, what is the most surreal moment you've had?
Surreal moment.
There's been lots, really. It can be anything. It can be from seeing your CD in a music shop, or playing on stage to a massive amount of people, or being able to play with one of your favourite artists or something like that. So it's hard to put a pin in one, especially when there's so many going on. No matter it doesn't matter how big they are, but certain things stick in your mind.
Probably the most surreal moment for me was that time in Germany when we all took magic mushrooms.
Yeah,
that's a pretty the most surreal time.
Anything crazy happen after that, or did you just?
Lots of crazy things happened.
Yeah, we just.
Nothing that can be said on video.
Yeah, kind of just tripped out of it.
Yeah.
And you've just released a new album in January. How's the feedback been like?
Amazing. All the critics and fans and everyone have just been really kind about it and just said really good things. So it's been great.
Yeah, I noticed when I was reading all the reviews, they're all really great. And like, what do you think is the biggest difference from this album and your previous ones?
I guess each album of ours has been, quite a large progression from the last. Take to Skies to Common Dreads was, we got a lot of people saying, why isn't there as much screaming, why isn't it as heavy? And this one as well, it's as big a step. But I guess people are coming around to the terms that, we're gonna progress as a band, and we don't want to stand still and make the same kind of music. And I guess with this album we had a lot of time. We gave ourselves 3-4 months to write and make demos and practice it out in the rehearsal room, and it just gave us a lot of freedom as well. When we're playing with a lot of the same sounding bands on the road, it's going to want to make us, when we get into the studio, want to do something different.
So where did you draw a lot of inspiration from for the album?
I don't know, just everywhere. Just we don't really. Okay, so if we like something, then we'll include it in the music. We take inspiration from all sorts of things, from whether it's movies or dance bands or rock bands. I don't know, just everywhere. It's life.
And also your music video for Arguing with Thermometers, it's really awesome. How did you come up with the storyline for it?
Well, we knew we had to shoot it while we were in America. It was the first time we ever shot a video out of the UK, so we didn't really know anyone. And luckily these guys came to us. The director was a guy called Raoul, and he came to us with this idea of a news anchor basically running around. We thought, it looked like it could be a lot of fun. It looked like it had a bit more character to it than a normal music video, and something that I guess people haven't really seen that much in our videos. We normally do a lot of just performance-based videos, so we thought it'd be nice to show a bit of character and do a bit more of a storyline to it.
Yeah, I think it was definitely different because you don't really see a news anchor turn around and start screaming, right?
Yeah.
And then also, how have people been reacting to the new songs live?
Yeah, really good. Just people seem to react as well, or maybe even better than the old songs, which is a really good sign.
Yeah, it's not something, and you normally in the set, it's like the older songs or the more established songs that everyone knows that people look forward to. But this tour, the highlights of the set have been the newer ones. So although maybe that's just us, maybe we enjoy them more.
Yeah.
And also, what is the most wild thing that has happened to you on tour?
Well, that time, is it Magic Mushroom?
I was going to say, yeah.
The most wild probably can't be talked about.
Yep.
Yeah. You just have that smile on your face, where you're like, yeah.
funny, like it's hard to just pick one moment. As soon as we start having a few beers together and reminiscing, then all the stories come out. But to pick one,
it's sort of like there's a line of stuff that you can talk about in interviews, and all the interesting stuff is like beyond that.
Yeah.
So
we normally end up telling stories about our drummer Rob, who sleepwalks when he's had a few too many to drink. He managed to get himself, he locked himself out of his hotel room in the UK, wearing nothing but his underwear, and then couldn't remember what room he was in. So went around knocking on all the doors in the hotel. It would have been pointless anyway, wouldn't it? Because there was no one in his room to answer the door. He seemed to have forgotten. So he eventually found my room, and I had to go get a key from reception for him and explain why there was a half-naked man walking around to the hotel.
Was this at night, like in the
Yeah,
morning?
it was at like 5 in the morning.
Nice wake-up call.
Mm.
And also, what is the craziest? Like, have you ever had any crazy fan moments?
Yeah, well, you get people like coming up to meet you and stuff who are just like start crying and just shaking. They just can't like control themselves. They're not crazy fans. I'm not saying that, but
awkward.
No. It's just quite surreal. It's just quite like
overwhelming.
Wow, like someone's that amazed to like meet us.
Especially because we know each other so well, and we know it's really not that big a deal.
Yeah.
And also, what, in your opinion, what is the most overrated thing about the music industry right now?
In our opinion, overrated.
Or any like
Any artists?
Yeah.
30 Seconds to Mars.
I don't know, Ryan was showing, I forget, it was like one of those Rebecca Black type videos. It was from the same people who did them. I can't remember what it was. It was these two girls. I only saw the video of it yesterday, but it was the most appalling thing I've seen. They were just talking about how hot they were and how hot girls have it bad too sometimes. Or something
were they 12?
It might, don't know. Probably about 14, 15.
I think it's actually really sad how like these people who make terrible music get so famous, but then there's like the artists who don't. But yeah.
We agree.
And what does the future hold for Enter Shikari?
Just more shows, really. We've only really ever known how to do one thing, and that's write records and then get on a bus and tour them. So that pretty much takes up like all of our time, to be honest. But yeah, more of that. We've got festivals in Europe coming up, which is going to be nice because we haven't done them in the last 2 years. And then after that, it's kind of a blank canvas, really.
And then lastly, it's just kind of a silly question. What do you think the world will be like in like 25 years? Like anything you want to see, like hovercars, anything?
I'm still waiting for hoverboards.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Someone posted a hoverboard on Facebook the other day and they're selling them. I was like, what? Hoverboard, they made it, we've done it! And no, just a replica.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to see teleportation come into things, because that would just fucking make touring a lot easier.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have those long 12-hour flights and then another 12-hour flight.
That'd be amazing. You could just go home after sound check for a cup of tea, chat with your mum, and then
be at home every night.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.